Hi, welcome to a tech tip, and today I'm here to talk to you a little bit about Assess and Teach and using ExactPath. Now, I'm starting out on the spring EOC results. One of the reasons why I'm doing this is because I want to point out to you a way that I might use this. So looking at these results, in social studies, I see that there is a pretty big need for some teaching on historical documents, because if we look at our numbers, we have 43, almost 45 or 44% are below the standard at that, right? And then we have 42% that are at or near the standard. So that combined number is actually pretty big, and so teaching historical documents would probably be a great way to get a bump in my EOC scores. So how would this lead us to Assess and Teach? In ExactPath, well, in Edmentum first off, I would want to choose the specific skills that align to that standard. So I'm going to go to ExactPath. Sorry, I clicked on the wrong thing. And my screen might look a little different because I have the administrator dashboard, but the Assess and Teach is going to be the same. I'm going to go to Assess and Teach, and it comes up with math first. I'm going to move my little screen. Okay, I'm going to go to social studies, and I'm going to choose 8th grade. And now I have documents, declaration, and the Articles of Confederacy. So there's two ways I could do this. I could assign this to students as a pretest and then see how they did on it, and that would drive what I taught them, right? The other thing that I could do, and this is probably how I would do it, is I would teach a lesson, then assign this and see how my students did. And that would let me know what I need to reteach. What did they not get? And that would also help me to identify the students that needed more support. So I'm going to click on this and I'm going to click Create New Assignment. And the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to switch to my training account. I keep my training account active so that I can record these lovely videos for you. The start date is automatically going to default to today. We want to make sure we put an end date. I just default to the week. Give them a week to do it. And then I'm going to come down here and I want to allow retakes and offer explanations. And here's my logic in that. First of all, if a kid's willing to work extra to try to do better at something, love it, want to encourage it. And if they are willing to read the explanations and figure out why they missed something, well, that is even better, right? So I'm going to assign this to my CAT demo and click Assign. Now, it immediately tells me I can go to teacher assignments. I'm actually going to close this and go this way so you can see how to get there. You would go to My Classes, and you would go to Assignments. And right now, it is on my Frederick Douglass class. I'm going to switch here, and you can see I've assigned this a couple of times because I've been working on this video and had some recording issues with my headset dying. So, but here is the assignment for the students. I can come in, you can see the performance, how long it took, okay? It's going to color code it. This would be awesome for looking at groups of students. Great thing you could do is everyone in your department could give this, and we could look at it across the board as a before and after. Could be really cool. Students probably wouldn't notice if we assigned the exact same test twice either. Now I do want to show you what this looks like in the student view. So when the student logs in, and I think one thing that is important for you to understand as the person who's delivering this to the students is that things might look similar on the screen, but they're very different in what they do, right? So this is Kat Kenyon, and these are her courseware courses, and I'm sure everyone's been telling students to stick to the orange ones and do the courseware courses. Now this is an ExactPath learning path, and this is a standards mastery. So if I go to this, I have the work, I click on it. It's your basic multiple choice test. I've actually already done one of the questions. So I could choose an answer, and I can get the explanation that explains to me why I missed it, okay? So The other thing that they have on their screen, and this is just helpful for you to know, are the learning paths. And when they click on the learning path, there are actual lessons in here. So if I click on this learning path, it's going to bring up what it looks to a student identical to a lesson that they might do in Edmentum for their actual courses. This can be good and this can be bad, because what we don't want is students just doing this and not getting their credit, right? But this is definitely a way to give students another chance at the same material. And ExactPath is putting them right at the level that they need to be at. So if their regular schoolwork doesn't work for them, ExactPath gives them lessons that are more matched to them. So I'm going to go ahead and save and exit, and I'm going to go ahead and go back to home. So we have these three different kinds of things, tasks. We have the courseware, we have a very direct assessment that is just a one-time thing, and this will fall off the student's screen in a week, and we have ExactPath, which hopefully is set to their reading level. And we will let you know when the STAR test scores are there and the paths are actually adjusted to the students' levels. Anyway, I hope this clears some things up for you, and I hope that you can use ExactPath and courseware and all of it together to really help our students. Think about how we can bring it all together and make it most effective for our students.